Dear Reddit, what is your worst blind date experience? Here's mine. I chatted a girl up online for about a week or so, and things went pretty well, so we decided to meet up. I asked her out for dinner, and said that if things went alright we'd go grab a drink. Let's just say her photo didn't match her appearance. Her excuse was that she had a crazy ex that was stalking her, so she used her sister's photo and name. Her name. She lied about her name. Anyway, come to find out through our interview that she was an only child. She didn't catch her slip up, but I sure did. She rambled on and on and on about crap I really couldn't have cared less about. Then came the food. The waitress may as well have brought it out in a trough, as this woman didn't use her utensils. Did I mention we were at a steak restaurant? That's right folks, she picked her steak up and ate it with her hands. Let's not even get into the potatoes. It was the worst date of my life. Here was this fat, disgusting, uninteresting thing with no table manners, devouring her food in front of me. I couldn't eat my meal. I told her I wasn't feeling well and that I was just going to get my food in a box to go and I'd eat it later if I felt better. Her response, "Would you mind if I ate it?" You would think this person hadn't eaten in a week, as she proceeded to devour my dinner as well. She ate both steaks, both sets of mashed potatoes, all the bread, everything. The waitress comes over and says, "Goodness. When is your due date?" So she says that she is due in 2 months. WTF. First off, I couldn't believe the waitress asked then, but then was floored at the girl's response. Unbelievable. Being the gentleman that I am, I picked up the check because hey, it wasn't going to pay itself, and I'd much rather fit the bill for dinner than go to jail. I kindly said it was nice to meet you, got in my car and went to the bar. She followed me. She followed me to the bar, and when I got out of my car proceeded to berate me over why I was going out instead of going home. Now she's calling me a liar in the parking lot of the bar I frequent, and my work buddies are starting to roll in. I never heard the end of it. I said to hell with this crap, got in my car, and drove the hell home. I got set up with the daughter of one of my parents' friends. I wasn't really looking forward to it, but I was on break from college, and she apparently went to school not far from me, so it wasn't like a lost cause summer romance type thing. They showed me pictures and said nice things about her. I picked her up from her parents' place, we were both home for the summer, and was a little surprised by how pretty she was. The pictures had been from when she was in high school, and didn't do her justice. The date was dinner and a movie. Dinner went really well, we had a lot in common. She was very grounded and down to earth, cared about the environment. If I have a type, she was it. So as we are walking to the movie theater, I slipped my arm around her waist. She pushed me away and got all serious. "I'm really sorry, because you seem like a nice guy, but I'm a lesbian. I just went out with you to make my parents happy." Sitting through the Chronicles of Narnia with her was the most awkward 2 hours of my life. I've only been on one blind date a few years ago. It was with the investment banker son of one of my mother's friends. One of her attempts at finding me a respectable boy from a good family. So that night he calls to ask if I could pick him up instead since his car broke down. I thought, no problem, and asked where he lived. The guy was staying at a buddy's place an hour from my house. But still no problem I thought. So I get dressed in my cutest little black dress and heels to channel the grace of Audrey Hepburn and, gosh darn it, I think I did well. I pick the guy up and he's not all bad. A little on the short side but he has a cute face and seems fit. So we get to the restaurant and order. He gets a few drinks into him and we have a conversation about job stuff blah blah, but then it arrived at who we admired. His answer? Patrick Bateman from American Psycho, just, yeah no, without the killing and stuff. He said he admired the character and aspired to live that kind of life, without the killing of course. Ding ding ding, the alarm bells were going off in my head. So trying to change the subject I mentioned the frat that he was in. We both went to the same university, and that I knew some of the guys. He then proceeds to tell me that, yeah, all his friends were just vehicles for him to get ahead in life and that he didn't really like any of them. Okay. Then comes the check. He forgot his wallet. So I paid. Just awesome. By now I was just looking for this night to be done with, but no, things had to get more fun. On the way back to the garage we pass by an alley and he leans in and whispers into my ear and says, "You're ducking hot and I want to duck you behind that pile of garbage," and he licks my ear. WRR Blashfulfulcar do not want. I tell him the night is over, gave him some money, and said that he could take the public transportation home. I then called my friends and went out to a bar to drink the experience away. Needless to say I was jumpy for a few days, expecting an axe to come out from a corner at any moment. I'm going to post a couple of these. I was set up with a friend of my roommate's girlfriend. Let's call the date Lisa and let's call the roomies GF Karen. I knew what she looked like, so I knew there was an attraction, but I had never spoken with her. We met outside of the restaurant and Lisa was on her cell phone. I figured it must have been important, but as we walked in and waited for the table she kept talking about stupid crap, clearly on the phone with a BFF about nonsense. She gets off the phone, doesn't apologize, and we get seated. About 2 minutes later, her phone rings again and it is the same OMG, no way crap conversations. The waitress comes over and we order drinks, while she is still on the phone and I twiddle my thumbs. The drinks come, Lisa is still on the phone. I'm one half done my drink and have waved the waitress off once already because Lisa is still on the phone. Finally, about 20 minutes into it, I quietly stand up, take $20 out of my wallet and walk out without saying a word. As I'm walking out I see Lisa's eyes widen to the size of dinner plates, her mouth open wide and her face turning red in embarrassment. All of the surrounding tables had seen what transpired and were whispering to themselves about it. By the time I got home, my date Lisa was on the phone with Karen, who was over at our house at the time. It didn't occur to me until now that my date was probably on the phone with Karen the whole time. Karen was pissed. As soon as I walked through the door she started attacking me with, "You are such an asshole, why would you just leave her there and not say anything?" I looked her dead in the eyes and calmly replied, "I didn't want to interrupt such an important phone call," and then walked into my room and went to bed. As I was leaving the living room, I noticed the same expression on her face that Lisa had when I left the restaurant. Side note, fast forward about 6 months and Lisa and I wound up being duck buddies for a while, so everyone won in the end. I've been on 2 blind dates. One ended with me getting hot tea poured deliberately onto my lap, and the other one was a ducking disaster. Several years ago, I went through a period of pretty low self-esteem. I had just gotten out of the military and had a 5-year-long relationship end on bad terms. I was adrift in life, and women could smell it on me. It was like I had a phantasmal neon sign above my head that read, "Mid-20s male. Brash, annoying, desperate, clingy. There was no love out there for your faithful scribe." I did what every idiot does at that point, which was to convince myself that if I could just get the right girl, everything would look up. The ladies were not so enthusiastic about my cart before the horseness. I turned to eHarmony to remedy this unfortunate situation. After the month-long vetting process, I finally arranged a date. The girl was a Mary Kay salesperson, makeup ladies are hot, right, and seemed to be about where I was in life. I drove over to her apartment to take her to dinner, visions of meeting my future wife playing in my head. I just knew that this would be the one. We were going to become a team and pull each other out of our collective funks, building each other's self-esteem. Together, we were going to conquer the world. I pulled up outside her building. She didn't give me her actual apartment number for personal security reasons, in the rain, and called her. After she said she was coming out, I began watching for her. I am a gentleman and always open the door for a lady, but I wanted to stay in my warm dry truck as long as possible. After several false alarms, I heard a knock on my passenger side door. My finely tuned jungle sense had somehow missed the future love of my life walking across the parking lot. I sprung into action, much chagrined. Had I messed up her first impression already? I hopped out and went around to the passenger side door. The creature I beheld was nothing like the one that had danced in my mind on the trip over. There were no long, lean thighs. There was no feminine jawline. No perfect, but tastefully concealed, bosom pushing through a sheer, but tasteful, you see, blouse. Absent was soulful, but glinting with subtle mischief eyes. I was looking at a human tub of shit. This poor girl had let herself go to the point of repulsiveness. She had 2.5 chins, a panis that hung to her knock knees, and tiny, beady eyes that were permanently squinting due to the oppressive weight of facial fat. Dear reader, I believe I actually took several steps back. Hi, Savage Henry. I'm so excited to meet you. Where are we going to eat? My mind raced. I had reservations at a 5-star restaurant. I was prepared to invest $300 or $400 on dinner with the vision in my head. There is no sense skimping on the woman who was to be my salvation, I had reasoned. But this? Hell no. I figured we could head over to the Macaroni Grill. They have pretty good food, I guess. Quick thinking, right? Smooth, too. Not smooth or quick enough to back out of this date, though. I was bullied into opening the truck door by social convention, and my inability to be a total asshole to an obese girl. Have you ever seen films of the paratroopers getting on planes prior to jumping into Normandy? Burdened by 100 pounds of gear and parachute, those brave men struggled up the ladders in 2DC-3S, teetering on the threshold until they got a helpful shove from the man behind them. Watching this woman get into my truck was quite similar. She huffed and puffed, quivered and jiggled, and finally slopped herself into the passenger seat. My huge Dodge truck with a 3/4 ton suspension groaned. When I got back on my side, I swear my truck had a 10-degree list to starboard. Walking into the restaurant with her, I was as embarrassed as I have been since a very unfortunate incident in 4th grade. The men cast pitying looks at me, and the women were not much better. The servers looked at her greedily, knowing there was economic opportunity in a woman who obviously ate so much. Dinner conversation was uncomfortable, until I struck upon an idea. I asked about her past relationships. If I wasn't going to get to know the future Mrs. Savage Henry, I could at least do anthropological research into the kind of man who sought a woman such as this. She was emboldened by my seeming interest in her. Oh, I don't date a lot. I was seeing this guy for a while, but he cheated on me and gave me an STD. Oh, an STD. So, what did you get? Like she had won a raffle or grab bag or something. I have genital warts. Don't worry, though I get them frozen off and you won't catch anything. We can still have X. I hope we do have X later. I'm having a really good time with you. I promise it will be great. The last part was said with what I assume was a conspiratorial wink, but it looked like some adipose triggered facial tic. Okay. I said. That was the final blow for me. At that point in my life, I might have sunk so low as to use this poor creature for X, but the thought of warts on my unit put the kibosh on that. We sped through dinner, her surely thinking I was excited by the promise of wading through folds of Limburger-scented chub in search of her diseased lady parts, and me wishing for an ejection seat instead of a booth. When we pulled up in front of her apartment building after dinner, I made the usual excuses about being tired and having to work early in the morning. You'll call me, right? I envisioned her very own phantasmal neon sign spinning over her head. It read female, mid-20s. Fat, boring, desperate, and a permanent ducking STD. I went home, deleted her number, and drank half a bottle of Jack. I wasn't feeling great, but decided to meet anyway. We met at a Belgian beer bar. She was gorgeous, fun, and totally into me. I felt a gas pain, so I leaned forward slightly to quietly relieve the pressure. I completely and explosively shat myself. The odor was immediate. I excused myself to the bathroom, but the damage was too great. I walked out of the bathroom, muddy panted, out of the bar, and boarded the train for home. The date was nothing compared to the horror of the following 3 weeks, recovering from E. coli,